Hello fellow surfers, welcome to Flavour Tasters, the food and beverage reviews and all things related to food, beverage and my attempt to speak on health, but this is not a doctor medicine thing. I'm just simply a normal human being that does research for myself, and I do these things as you see in an image for myself. This is me personally self-medicating, not telling anyone else to do this. You should always research for yourself and also seek medical advice from people who have been obviously trained within the medicinal things, and you know the deal, yeah? So, I don't know you personally. I don't know if you have foods that you are allergic to. I don't know if you have irritations or anything like that, or if you have effects with alcohol or anything like that. So this is not in any way, shape or form to be used as basically like it's a fact. I'm just simply giving what I've researched. You can research these things for yourself, and as you can see, this is from my own stock, as you can see on the picture up there, and this one is my own one. Anyway, so firstly I'm just going to be talking about this. So actually, let's start from the start. What you can see here, what happens is we take things which you can see inside, herbs, whether it be chamomile, ginger. This one has rosemary, peppermint, ginger. It's supposed to, apparently, from the research that I've done, is supposed to be anti-inflammatory and pain relief. Now, I am not saying that this works, however, it works. You know, you've got to do the research for yourself. I'm not a doctor. But from what I've researched, it's supposed to be like this, and antibiotic, having antibiotic benefits, because certain things in here have minerals or vitamins, nutrients in it that have those effects. Certain oils in it. Now, how this works is essentially you can do this with apple cider vinegar or alcohol, but the alcohol is preferred to be, I think it's like 40% alcohol or 90% proof. I don't know if that's the right margin, or if I've got it the wrong way around, but you can do the research. I believe it's like 40% alcohol, 90% proof. Now, the stronger, probably the better, but what you do is essentially you put this, the herbs, and I'm not going to teach you explicit in this how much and whatever. It depends on the herb you're using. If you're using ginger and it's a dry ginger and you've chopped it up and it's been dried through, it'll probably take up to the 6 weeks once it's extracting. It may take longer for the drier stuff than the actual like leafy things such as peppermint. Now, I generally leave them for 4 to 6 weeks, and some people believe that once it hits the 4 weeks it's not going to do any more. Some people believe it's best to just leave them to the full 6 weeks. So what you do is essentially fill it up about halfway, depending on what you're using. Again, it depends on the herbs that you're using. If you do it halfway, 2/3 of the way, not 2/3 of the way, 1/3 of the way, or whatever. You would have to research the tincture that you're making for yourself and do all of these things, because again, I don't know your medical history. I'm not a doctor. I haven't got a PhD or anything like that. But you've got to research for yourself. This is your health, not mine. Yeah. Me personally, I look up certain things and I'm just trying. This is new. Yeah. So anyway, I put in this rosemary, peppermint, ginger into here, and I think I filled it about just over halfway by an accident. But then I filled it to as far as I could to the top, made sure there was no bubbles in. Now, you move it around like this over the 6 weeks every day. Just do that so it's getting around. Yeah. Make sure you can pat the bottom to break out any air bubbles. It doesn't, like, I've noticed there's a little part at the top that's got space. I don't see any issue with it, but again, always check up, do a lot of research if you're looking into doing these things. But anyway, once you do like this, you put it in the vodka, you put it away in a dark space or whatever, in a drawer, cupboard. You can leave it out. I've heard people have left it out just wherever. But personally, I think it's probably best to put it into a dark drawer, leave it for a couple of weeks. Make sure you document what you're putting in when you put it in, which is why it has a date stamp, September the 21st. Now, after a while, you would drain it. So what you would need is like a cheesecloth, a cloth, a strainer, and then I would advise like a bowl. Yeah, so a bowl, a drainer, or a sieve. Then put like the cheesecloth on it, pour it out, and then let it just fill up. Make sure it's a big bowl, you don't want it overflowing, and then squeeze it out with the cloth until you're happy. Pour the you can either throw the stuff away, put it into a landfill, like your own garden or whatever. If that's what you're wanting to do, again, I'm not telling you what to do. You would have to research what to do with it. But some people keep the things, some people throw it away in the bin or whatever. I personally throw it away into a bin. Maybe that's stupid to do because it might have some left in or whatever. But what happens is that the vodka is said to extract. So how it's supposed to be working is that the alcohol extracts the active nutrients from the plant, from a great, from the allowing for the greater concentrated even liquid. So it extracts it from the plant to make it a stronger, better juice. Yeah, let's just call it a juice. This combination allows for basically a greater part of the whole plant to be extracted via the vodka, or you can use whiskey, brandy, or whatever, as long as it's a strong one. Most people use vodka as their base because it doesn't have a flavour. And it also preserves the supposed medicine, as according to the research I've done. I put supposed and I do this medicine just so you can't say, oh, well, no, I'm not saying it is medicine. From what I've researched, it calls it medicine. I personally consider food to be like medicinal. Yeah, they have medicinal properties. Because you can eat healthy and it's more likely to deter illnesses than if you eat extremely horrendous foods. But yeah, so what it does is it extracts the benefits from the herbs over the period of time. And it's the same with like herbal teas. It's a kind of an extraction. You steep in the teas and it extracts the things from the tea into water. And it's another way of, like, for myself, not for anyone else, I'm not speaking for anyone else, but to self-medicate. I use herbal teas because of the benefits in the herbs. Now, after a while, once you've strained it, I would advise getting a cone, or I don't even know the words for them. Like, it's a cone with a lid, and it gets thin at the end. I forget the name of it. But it can fit in here, then it comes out as a cone, and then you pour it in, but just make sure you keep an eye out so that it doesn't overflow. And it just makes it easier, so you're not going to try and aim for the little hole and splash it over, or lose any of the tincture. But again, this was when it was taken out, 24th of October. Yeah, I think that's when it was taken out. And I've used either gin or vodka with this one. And what this has is not the same one, because I've got a different one for here. Is ginger, blueberry and manuka honey. That's what I've used typically for this with gin. Now, you use the dropper, and put it under the tongue, and that's it. You can swallow it if you want, but you just put it under the tongue. It's supposed to get into the body a little bit better. Now, you can try different herbs out. Again, this is where it comes down to your own preferences, what you're looking for, what you can eat, what you can't eat. Do you have a food allergy? That's why you should always go to your doctors to check, do I have an allergy? What is my medical background? So as to not, just throw anything in. I don't know your history. I'm not claiming to be a doctor, and I'm not saying that this would work for you. So you've got to do the research for yourself, be wise, who you go to your doctor who knows the things that you eat, what things maybe is gluten or wheat or something that you're not going to be tolerant to, your body's going to not like. It might react different. So that's why you do the research for yourself. But essentially, this has been going for... the tinctures date back as far as distilled alcohol. Ancient Egyptians soaked herbs in alcohol to create tinctures and cordials. We know that this is not... I'm not saying this is medicinal advice telling you anything to do. Yeah, you've got to research. But and not all natural remedies will work for everyone, because everyone's body is different. You've always got to look into these things and look into the mixes that you would want to do if you were interested in doing this, and do your research. And tinctures are a highly concentrated herbal extract that are swallowed or absorbing under the tongue. And it's best to get these when it's darker bottles with the drip, yeah. And then you can point it under there. You can also put on a spoon if you want to and pour it under the tongue, but it's better to get the droppers because you can put in just a few drops. I've heard people say that's good to do this 3 times a day. However, again, it just depends if you're ill or not, or when you use it. And again, you would have to find out with your doctors what the because I don't know your medicinal things. I'm just saying things that I've heard. Your doctor will know what medicines you're using, if you're using medicines, or what things and how often to use it. But I'm just saying from what I've heard, some people by research use it 3 times a day when they get like a flu or whatever it is that they are looking into. Tinctures, just a different way to extract. So you can use apple cider vinegar rather than alcoholic based. If you don't like alcohol, you can use apple cider vinegar. Same thing, 4 to 6 weeks. And it will extract, and then you do the exact same thing. Now, the reason I'm saying this is not for you to go out and just do this on the backhanded. I'm saying research and know your body. Go to your doctors and say, I would like to know all the things that I've had issues with, like food-wise. If you have to get a test and stuff. If you are looking into this, then you've got more to go off what you can have, what you can't have, how your body reacts and stuff. Then you research into the benefits of the herbs that you want to use. What is the point of the herbs that you want to use? Are you wanting to do it for pain, or you wanting to do it for flus, or you wanting to do it for whatever, yeah? Anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, or whatever. Antibacteria, antibiotic. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do it for, you have to literally search into that for yourself. I'm not going to say it works for you or any other one else, because I don't know. I can only speak for myself. So I just thought it would be interesting to talk about this, which is still a beverage. Technically, you just wouldn't drink it nuts. Yeah, you get a little different flavors from the herbs over time. So vodka would then get a sense of flavor. But the point of these, for myself, I do this for my self-medication, because I don't like, personally, going by the medicines of the world. That's just my choice. I have the choice to make decisions for myself. And yeah, I do a lot more than just this. As you know, herbal teas, which is a form of extraction. It's basically steeping, and you can leave that over a day to let it extract more over the time with herbal teas. And there's other ones where you can make lip balms from the herbs in oils, and then you basically do a load of different things. But I'll talk about maybe them at later dates. But these are just a way to get possibly a way of looking into a healthier life, whether it's by food, using food medicinally, eating things that have vitamins, minerals, the nutritions in it, and you're eating like organic or just vegetables, and you're trying to use what you're eating as, for example, let's say you use spinach or kale, sprouts, and sweet potato for a meal. It's a bit of an odd meal, but let's say you do that. The benefits that they have, maybe is an anti-inflammatory or anti-fungal, anti-viral or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that just eating one meal will then heal you. I'm just saying if you eat that on a constant basis, you're naturally getting the vitamins, minerals and such from it on a frequent basis, which will help against certain things. Not saying it will heal things like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it may help prevent these things. And you would have to look up, again, with your diet. I don't know you personally. Check what you're able to have and ask your doctor what foods will help. Now, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about this. That's how they work. Essentially, the vodka extracts over the time all of the nutrients and stuff into the liquid. However, you don't abuse the liquid if it's alcoholic based, because that can still have damage if you abuse it. It's the same with any form of medicine. If you abuse it, if you were to take all of these different medicines that you can get from any shop and just throw them down, you would do damage. Yeah, so you've got to be very responsible and do the research. You've got to go and find out the things that you can do with your body. What are you able to take? What are you able to eat? What are you able to do? You don't just go around taking anything. You don't go around, for example, eating bricks. I mean, that's stupid. You may be able to chew on a brick and stuff and whatever, but it's not going to be beneficial for your health now, is it? So that's why I say people should always research these things for themselves and make the decision for themselves. As you can see, I've made the decision for myself. So these are just ways to think about your health in a different light, rather than just going, right, I'm just going to eat and hope that everything will be okay and just eat any rubbish and whatever. Just do the research. You don't even have to do it. You know what I mean? Just read. You know, it's a reading thing. It's a way to grow your knowledge base. Even if you don't do it, it's always good to have this as a knowledge base to go off. It's the same thing as, assume it this way. If you were to go out camping, or you were finding out how to set traps, or you were to how to set fires for camping, because having that knowledge, you might not use it, you might not even like camping, but having that knowledge, for example, would be beneficial if you ended up becoming homeless. How to create a temporary dwelling place to keep the rain off you, or how to catch a dove for eating, or fish and such. Yeah, having that information, you can use it down the line. And it's the same with this. You don't even have to do this. It's always good to have information, research it, and grow in knowledge. And, just, it gives you something to do, to read. And, some people may not think of things to do. They might be bored. Oh, well, I don't know what to do. I'm not doing things. Life's hard. Reading takes your mind off things. You know what I mean? Like, off depression. If you're going through depression, if you're reading and you're having your mind consistently off the things you're thinking about, but thinking about something you're learning, your mind's not going to be there, is it? So it's always better to keep on learning just for learning's sake. Whether or not you do it or not, you make the decision over time if you want to or you don't want to. Or in the future, if it gets to the point where the apocalypse comes and all of that, at least you would know how to make, if zombies are coming, how to make your own home remedies if there's no doctors to go to. You know what I mean? So it's just something to research, and even if you don't do it, at least it's a fun thing to take up, a different hobby, But again, this is not medical advice. I'm not trying to put this on anyone. You should do this. I'm not a doctor, and you should always search with your doctor your own medical background, because I don't know you. Yeah, find out what the things you can do and can't do. Simple as that. Anyway, if you have done this, I would love to know your views that you've done, or even recipes that you personally do, if you do it. And if you've got videos on this, let me know in the description what you do, what videos, what your channel is, and a little bit on your views of this video. And if you don't have videos, just leave a comment anywhere. If you do this, tell me what you like to do and how you find this channel, this video, and have you tried different things out? If you've got a recipe that you generally do for yourself, again, just say it in the comment though. This is not medical advice, just in case anyone's trying to be crazy with you. Just say, I do this for myself. And then tell us some things that you do, just for community, a chat, to engage in the community, as to talk on a topic. But anyway, subscribe, hit the notification bell, select all notifications, strike the like, share the content and all the good stuff. Leave your views and opinions down in the comment section below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much. And check out the links in the description and join the Discord, the community. And that is it. Peace. This is not medical advice. You should see a doctor if you have any issues. Warning. Bye bye.